morning, everyone. That's right. It's morning for me, so it must be morning for you, right? Yeah, let's do this. Let's do some Dark Souls action. So we just beat the Spider Babe, and it is time to move on to the next area. So that would generally be Sin's Fortress. However, we have something to do first. In fact, we have two things to do first before we go to Sin's Fortress. The first thing being, let's head down in these tunnels here through the Demon Ruins. Now, we've got a bonfire here. I'm going to go ahead and light this bad boy. And I guess we'll sit there just in case I mess up. Alright. So, if we head out here, you see an entire underworld. This place just looks awesome. It's like you're underneath all this weird rock or whatever. It's an entirely new world. And it's got lava everywhere. It's crazy. So, oh no! Don't hurt yourself. Yeah, I hurt myself. No big deal. Now this boss you can beat no matter what stage of the game you're in. In other words, no matter how weak you are, you can beat this boss. Because I'm going to show you how to do it. There's two different ways to beat this boss that we're about to face, which you haven't seen yet. So, we're going to traverse the white light, the point of no return. And the reason we're going to do this is, well, a couple of reasons. Get it out of the way, for one. Two, we get some pretty good armor from confronting this boss, and obviously a large amount of souls in order to upgrade ourselves. But this boss is not required to do just yet, so you can decide if you want to do this or not. I definitely recommend it, so we're going to do it. Oh boy, look at that guy. Isn't he a scary looking mofo? But he's just chilling. He has no interest in fighting us. He's just a poor soul, just destined to be ugly his whole life. He's got these weird tentacles. Look at, oh my goodness. Ugh. He's huge. Look at that. There's his feet down there. Haha. That is some weird looking stuff. Weird looking stuff. A couple different fire eyes and things like that. Anyways, we can just head right on past him. And hey, look at this. A nice little body here laying on the altar. Is he watching us? Who am I kidding? He's nice. Let's just grab whatever this is. Oh, look, some armor. Oh, he's pissed. Apparently we're not supposed to take that. Alright, so he will try and attack you. Kind of have to watch out. He'll try and hit you, so if you watch it, as soon as he swings like that, you need to roll. Otherwise that will F you up. And then don't look back, just run! And the goal here is to run all the way back to the entrance. But Corby, there's a white fog wall there. I cannot pass. Whatever shall I do? Have no fear, my child. The answer will come shortly. Alright, so essentially walk up to the fog wall, stare him down like a man, and take a sip of coffee. That's what I'm gonna do. Yummy. Chai tea. He's gonna jump at us! Oh no! But have no fear, he gets stuck because look over here. There's not much area for him to get to us. We're just gonna stab his little hand here. Yeah, poor guy. And that's what happens. So that's gonna look pretty pathetic, and you're gonna be like, "What? That's gay." But no, that's just the trick in beating him. So essentially, he jumps at you. There's no more land for him to stand at, so he's kind of hanging off the edge, and his hand is just holding him up. And you just cut his hand a few times, and he loses the grip, and he falls down to his death. That is the story behind that fight. Now, normally, and by normally I mean if you were not to use this strategy here, you would have to sit there and watch him whenever he swings at you, and you'd have to like jump to the side like that and swing a few times, blah blah blah. Not really that big of a deal, but okay. So we got some really good armor from this. Let's take a look. This is a really good set of armor. until you start upgrading other things. So it has very lightweight pieces in it. Obviously, some of them are going to be a little bit more, but look, it's 1.4, but it's a little bit more on the armor, and it has a lot of resistances. So if you notice, it's got quite a large amount of fire resist there. Quite a large amount, in fact. So we're going to put that on. And Armor of the Sun, I'm pretty sure we're not going to switch that one out, because we've upgraded Armor of the Sun a few times. Yes, it is more. It's heavier, but it also has poise as well, so you got to pay attention to that. So if you push toggle display, you see Armor of the Sun has 16 poise. This one has 0. But you do get a lot. Look at that. Look at that, man. So much poison and bleed resist. This armor is just amazing. Alright, and so the gloves, I'm not sure. The gloves aren't that great, actually. Yeah, they're not that great. I don't generally use those. The legs here, let's see, we got 14, 1.8. This one here is a little bit heavier, but it is 23. So, lots of resist, lots of armor there. I'll put on those. Now I'm gonna look pretty freaking weird. I got this like skirt on, but the armor of the sun is like this bright, cheery armor with some dark, ugly armor. I don't know. Pretty interesting, but we're gonna use it. And no shoes. That's the one that gets me the most. Is that this whole game we're like running around with no shoes on now. And I mean, like, I can't even cross the street without shoes on. I'm like, ah, my toes, it hurts. The rocks, they're too hard. But I don't know. I guess if your whole life you're walking around with no shoes on, then your feet would be a lot tougher. And they would be able to handle that. Because I know there's people or cultures or whatever that don't really have shoes. So also, I hear it's better for your back if you don't use shoes. The way your feet are designed, it's just better on your back overall to not have shoes. Anyways, who cares? Level up. Let's see. What do we want to get? We can get some more endurance. Alright, we can do that. We can do more endurance. We can do 1 point of endurance, and let's see. No, let's just do more endurance. Alright. There we go. Got our endurance set up. Now, one thing to do when you get more endurance is to look at how much you can actually hold now. So right now my equip load is at 100.5. That means I can have, oops, I need to go back. That means I can have 25 equip load before I am now in the medium category or whatever. So right now I'm still moving really quickly. I can roll fast, and that's what I like. If I have a fight that I'm just not good at rolling out of, and I'm just taking too much damage, then I can go ahead and equip a little bit more armor and go up to the medium category in order to gain some defense and some poise. And in that particular case, I won't be able to roll as fast, but you know, it didn't matter because I wasn't able to roll anyways out of most of the attacks. So that's the whole general idea. You probably want to have like 2 armor sets. You want to have your lightweight armor set, and you want to have a heavier armor set that's useful for those fights where you just need to tank and spank. So we're gonna go out the same way that we came in here. We're gonna head right on out, and it's time to leave Blighttown. Finally, goodness, finally time to leave Blighttown. And we're gonna get back to Andre here shortly and upgrade our gear. So again, if you want to upgrade your gear before you head into Sin's Fortress, I suggest farming quite a large number of pieces, I guess. Quite a large number of shards. Quite a large number of shards from those little slugs over here. Now, right here, I need to mention that if you are a pyromancy person, and you have the pyromancy glove leveled up a certain number of times, there will be a chick standing right there, but you can't see her right now. She's invisible if you're not a pyromancy person. But there will be a chick standing right there that sells you pyromancy stuff. And I don't remember exactly what level of pyromancy your glove has to be. You have to level up your glove to, I think, maybe like +10. I don't know, something like that. But essentially, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and save the game before I head up there because sometimes I fall off like a dummy. There's a couple of things we're gonna get up there before we head out to the next area. So I don't want to die and have to run all the way back through all that stuff. Alright, so went ahead and rested our eyes there at that location. But anyways, yeah, so if you're pyromancy at that location where I was kind of telling you earlier, there will be a girl. She can sell you some really good recipes, and she can upgrade your glove to the next level, I guess. So you'll definitely want to do that if you're going to go that route. Obviously, I'm not, so I'm not worried about it. Let's take some more coffee. Okay, so we need to head up here, and this is like a little elevator type thing. We're gonna go ahead and ride this bad boy up here. Need to be careful. This thing is easy to fall off of. So at the very end of this, the easiest way to not fall off is to just walk along here and then roll, or just walk off, I guess. What I meant to say. We're gonna head over here now. There's gonna be some of those weird flies that are trying to get. Yeah, there it is. He's gonna come up here and shoot blood at me or whatever that crap is. So I like to walk around behind here. I'll let that fly come up to ground level. Sometimes they'll ghost through the walls, and you can try and poke them through the walls, which is really weird. But in his case, he's just standing there. I'm gonna finish him off. Now in this area over here, there are a bunch of those guys that shoot darts at you, and I'm actually gonna equip my spider shield. If you don't have a spider shield, you're just gonna have to use whatever shield you've got available to you. But it's hard for me to dodge out of these things because there are so many of them. You'll see what I mean in just a second. So hold on to the spider shield here. There it is. Oh, actually, I have to go up a level. So only the spider shield will block the toxic effect. Well, obviously, if you're holding block. Any other shield, you're pretty much going to take less toxic effect from each hit. So you want to try not to get hit as much. Alright, so we're going to run along here. Okay. So I'm getting shot. And now you see what I'm talking about. There are just so many of those guys. Ah, crap. I went toxic. So, even with the damn shield, they got me from behind. I can't stab him from here. It's really annoying. I need to use... Okay, I gotta... Crap. Alright, let's go ahead and use some blooming purple. That stuff hurts. Look at how much health I'm losing there. It's crazy. Okay, so let's keep on running past here, and we will block some more of that. Oh, he fell off. That's actually annoying to me. I'm gonna run up here. They have pretty bad aim, I guess. But unless you're standing still, they'll hit you. So took that guy out there. Now there's like 2 more of them. And the reason we're running around here is there is another one of those. What is it called? Firekeeper souls. I think that's what it's called. I'm having trouble getting to him. If I have some range abilities, I can run up there and get him. I might be able to jump across. We're going to have to find out the hard way here. Nope, cannot. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and stab him to death. Now, there are some dogs over here. If you aggro them, they'll try and mess you up. I'm not worried about it too much. Just going to stab them a few times. That fire can hurt, but I do have this new armor on, which has lots of fire resist. So it doesn't hurt as bad. So now we're going to pillage this corpse. Boom! Firekeeper soul. And that was our goal right there, to get that Firekeeper soul. I'm just going to skip that stupid dog. Head right up here this ladder. Need to go ahead and heal myself up with an Estus flask, and we can get out of here. So now that we have our Firekeeper soul, it's time to move on to the next thing, I suppose. To the next area. So now I'm not going to do this because I have absolutely no need for it, but you can go across that tree branch and there are a couple items over there. Oops, got hit by that. There are a couple of items over there, which are consisting of like some armor, some interesting armor. It's got like a catalyst that you can use if you're a spellcaster, which is not one I actually like to use. So you would actually cross from right here, that tree branch right there. Be careful, because I've fallen off of that a few times. There's also a spell for pyromancy, or no, not a pyromancy spell. It's a regular spell. I think it like cures poison or something like that. So, anyways, if you're interested in a couple of items, you can head over there. For me, it is absolutely not necessary, and I have no idea why I'm going down right now. I am completely retarded. So, so do not do this. Our goal is to leave this place, not come back. So let's go ahead and go back up, I guess. And essentially, we're gonna go all the way up. I don't know why I was going all the way down. We're gonna go all the way up all the ladders, and we're gonna head back out of this area through the back way to Blighttown. So pretty much what I'm about to show you is the back entrance to this area. So if you are gonna play this game and you want to just skip all of that sewer stuff, if you want to skip it all, you can do so by going this way that we're about to go right now. Okay, and we're just gonna head over here. That's where we're a little bit earlier. Climb up these ladders right now. And I'm gonna go ahead and switch out my shield now that I think about it. Back to the grass crest shield. Do not need the poison shield any longer. Again, the grass crest shield is great because it gives me more endurance recharge rate, if you're curious as to why I'm using it. Since generally I don't even have it equipped to block with, I just like it on my back for the buff. Alrighty, I think we're just about out of this. A couple more ladders. This place is really high up, if you can't tell. Alright, so this chest right here, you don't really need it if you have the master key, but if you didn't grab the master key, this is the only way to get out of here. So get that key to the New Londo ruins. Good thing to have there. And, okay. So we're gonna head up to these guys, and once again, you wait for them to attack, or they'll do that stupid growling thing, which has absolutely zero tactical advantage for them, so I don't know why they would do that. He's gonna swing his club. Now, you can actually run past these guys. It's not a big deal to run past them. But, whatever, I'll kill them. They give me 500 souls. I suppose I'll grab some dung pie from them as well. By the way, if you do not have a dung pie, I do recommend killing these guys until you get a dung pie. Now, these are a lot harder when there's two of them, so you can either play it really safe, carefully, or you can just run past them. I don't like fighting them, to be honest. It takes too long. So, yeah, I do recommend getting a dung pie, like I said, and I'll show you why in just a second. The dung pie is very useful for trading it for a better item in just a little bit. So hold on to one of those dung pies. They're good to have. And we're gonna go right across this bridge, and this may be familiar to you if you watch my other episodes, because we came out this direction, and we got the I think a shield and like a sword and stuff from a dragon over there. So yeah, if you have the magic key, you're able to open this door early on, and you can head there, and that's the back entrance to Blighttown. So you can go do that stuff very early and skip a large part of the game, the sewers and all that upper Blighttown area. So, all right, let's head down here through the New Londo ruins. Now, right here is a guy. I forgot to show you this earlier, but this is where you buy some stuff if you are a magic user.
Well, this is more important. Well, I'm Rickett of Vinheim.
Rickett of Vinheim. All right. So let's talk to him again. You can see what he sells. You also upgrade your item to a magic item. So, for example, modify equipment. So I can go from Uchigatana +5 up to a magic Uchigatana. That's okay, but I'm not planning on doing that because I don't have a lot of the magic stat. What else do we do here? Purchase items. So yes, he has the soul arrows. These are great for using when you're leveling up and stuff as a magic user. And a sorcerer's catalyst. If you didn't start as a sorcerer, you would have to buy the catalyst from him there. At least that one anyways. So let's head back up to the starting area. And you're going to notice something interesting here in just a second. Alright. Moving on up. Alright. So, we're back to the kind of the beginning area. The area that you get to right past the tutorial. And you'll notice something interesting here. Your firekeeper is gone. How am I going to turn in this firekeeper soul? Oh no. And so apparently she died because all of her clothes are behind. Now, this is something I did not show you, but earlier in the game when I went to the church and we set that one guy free, the guy that was in that gold armor, he'll be sitting here at one point. He'll just be sitting here. And you can talk to him and he gives you like a coin or something like that. And you can kill him, and he gives you probably the best item in the game called the Ring of Favor and Protection. But if you don't, you know, you can take that by killing him, actually. But if you don't take it from him by killing it, then he's going to kill a firekeeper. And the repercussions for that are, one, you cannot turn in the firekeeper soul. And two, you can no longer light this bonfire. So you can no longer save your game right there. Wah, wah, wah. Unfortunate. But we can get around that. Yes, we can. Oh, wait, who is this creature? And I'll talk to you about how to get around that later. So this creature pops up now, and we can essentially talk to him if we want to, and he's going to ask us to do some interesting stuff. So let's talk to him.
Ah, hello. Was it you who rang the bell of awakening? I am the primordial serpent, King Seeker Frank, close friend of the great Lord Gwyn, chosen undead, who has rung the bell of awakening. I wish to elucidate your fate. Do you seek such enlightenment?
No, I don't seek enlightenment.
By the lords. Well, there can be, but then again, I will stay here a while.
So, essentially, he'll take you down into this area where you light up this little cauldron thing. But don't do it! He's actually a bad guy. He tries to make you think that he's a good guy. But he said he's the friend of the great Lord Gwyn, who's actually a bad guy. And, so, a couple of things we're going to do here. Oh, look, there are some other guys here, too. You can talk to these people if you want. But again, we're going to skip all that crap, so. What we're going to do is we're going to go back to the tutorial area that we started off at. So we're going to jump down here. Actually, that is not what we needed to do. Alright, let's go back to the beginning here. Try not to die to these silly skeletons. Which you shouldn't. You should be strong enough to fight them now. We're going to go back to the tutorial area. In order to do so, we have to get up, and that crow is going to take us back. But in order for that crow to take us back, we have to figure out a way to convince him to. So, oops. We gotta head over to, I think a skeleton just jumped off and killed itself or something? I just got some souls. Anyways, we gotta head back over here to this elevator. And the way to do it is you have to ride the elevator and then jump off of it onto this little area on the top part. So, looking down, and boop, there you go. So you just have to fall down right here, head over to this direction here, and you can't really jump off to that area. The best way to get onto this pillar here is to roll. So just walk up, push B, and that's the easiest way to get there. That's pretty much the only way, I think. So we're gonna walk up here, and over this way. Now, if you don't have the master key, you need to jump off, and you need to go click on that corpse, and he has a key that you do need. So go do that. If you don't have the master key, I do have the master key, so I don't feel like wasting my time to do that. Now, next thing we need to do is head over here to this crow's nest, and we're gonna curl up like a ball. And you have to literally just wait here for a while. So we're just gonna sit here and be like, why am I doing this? I don't know. What am I doing, man? Just kind of hang out for a second. And I think it's like 20, 30 seconds. I don't know. It's an excruciatingly long amount of time. But there we go. Once you are curled up like a ball for long enough, the crow should appear. Hello! I'm gonna take you back to your home. Alright. So now we are going back to the beginning area, the tutorial area. And we're gonna get a few items. A few useful items. Now this place is gonna be a lot harder than when we first came here. There are a lot more enemies that are a lot tougher than at first. So already you can see some guys here with torches, and these guys are really annoying. Oh my god, they do so much damage, holy crap. Yeah. See, I almost died to one of those guys. They are tough as nails. Well, by tough as nails, I mean they sting like a bee. Flap like a butterfly, but they sting like a bee. Because you can stab them once or twice and they die. See, once, they have almost no life. But they hurt really bad. Okay, so before we go through this area, we're going to do a little trick here with this bird.
You, give me one.
And there's no bird, you can't actually see it. But. So, if you drop some items here, then log out and then log back in, you're going to get some stuff traded to you. So I'm only going to do this once on video, and then the rest of it, it just takes too long. So I'm going to do the rest of it myself, like, off camera, I guess. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Dung Pie. We're going to, I can't drop it because it's equipped. If you can't drop it, it's because it's equipped. So we need to take that off of that. Now we can go to this menu here, go to the Dung Pie, and we're going to drop that. Just one. Make sure you only specify one. And then, now that it's dropped, we're going to go to quit game. Okay. Alright. So, you're going to need to go... I guess I'll post a link in the description, but on to the wiki or whatever. But there's a list of which items you can drop and what you will get in exchange for them. So you'll have to decide which items you want to drop in order to get whatever the rewards are that you want. So let's go ahead and load our game back up. We're level 38 right now, making progress.
You, give me one. Give me so.
Okay, so pick up item. We've got a demon titanite. Those are great items for leveling up those demon weapons that I was telling you about earlier. So, I'm not going to do the rest of that right here on camera. This is going to be a good time to actually stop this episode, and we'll move on to the next area next time. So I'll see you guys around. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we will be heading in to fight some pretty evil monsters in just a second. So, alright guys, take care. Peace out.